Before we hop into the video, I want to thank our sponsor, Rust Chance, for sponsoring today's video. They're a Rust skin gambling website, and if you're interested, there are links in the description below. But make sure before you click that link, you're of age and can gamble responsibly. What's up, everybody? iRisk back here with yet another video, and this one's gonna be a build one. I've said this in the past, and I will say it now. I hate build videos with a passion, but I'm going to try to do them for you guys, for the pure and simple reason that people have been asking about the base designs that I do on stream. There's a few that I've been using for about a month, and I'm going to run through them as quickly but also concisely as possible. So we're just going to hop right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right, the first bit is a low triangle followed by two raised squares and then another raised triangle towards the front. This is the footprint. Not too difficult. So at this point, you may be wondering what's the lowered foundation for, and that is for 3 furnaces. If you place them correctly, you can fit 3 furnaces in there, which saves up a lot of space. On top of that, usually what I like to do, as you can probably tell, this is where the doors would be. So what I usually like to do in order to get a maximum amount of box space is to put a TC here. You don't have to, because you can put the TC in the corner of this and then, you know, make a half wall and do all that jazz, of course. But we're just gonna fill out the base. I'm sorry for the people who are like, wait, you went too fast. If you can't understand this bit, you gotta get the basic building down first before you watch tutorials on specific base designs, okay? Because this is basically just a 2x1, just better. All right, and we're gonna upgrade this. Now I'm gonna fill this out to show you guys what you can fit in an area this big. Obviously, I want to mention now that every single base design I use has the ability to transform into your main if you take the necessary steps. Have more box storage, more available space for, you know, repair benches, research tables, etc. I'm going to fill up this base now to show you what it can do. And over here, actually, I should probably mention that I like to make a window, or I should say window frame. You can later put a reinforced window to block your TC in. But of course, one of the things I should have done first, to be honest, was place down a TC. But seeing as how you get a full triangle room, it doesn't really matter when. I mean, obviously, don't build up your base too much and not place a TC. Somebody's gonna break your shit, and they're gonna take it over. So don't do that. Place it as early as possible, okay? All right, moving on. All right, as you can see, quite a bit of box space, quite a few furnaces, and a space for 2 bags. Obviously, you could make some sacrifices like picking this up if you wanted to bring in another bag to the situation, or not, but I know you can do this in some way, shape, or form, but it's not going to let me, unfortunately. However, for me, although this base design is great, in order to transform it into a main, there's one very important step, and that's making a bunker. And just as before, if you don't know how to make a bunker, I'd recommend you check out some build videos on it because they're fairly simple. And just like that, I have one. All right, this is an extra loot room for me, or you can use it as a room for your research table and for your, you know, repair bench. And then for me, since I'm a streamer, what I like to do is have a bunch of metal shop fronts around this area, and I also like to make it pretty apparent that I have a bunker so that it makes it less likely for people to go through doors. The thing is about that, however, that if they don't want to go through doors, they're going to want to go through your walls. So with that in mind, that means you need to do a lot of honeycombing and trying to get your core, or basically the main portion of your base, to high qual or metal. With that being said, fun fact, if you have a tier 2 here and you place a triangle here and a triangle here and make sure they're upgraded past wood, and then you come back in, you pick all of this up, and then break this. Obviously, you'd have to use a jackhammer or a pickaxe. You can replace it, and now you have space for a tier 3, and you don't need to have a tier 3 and a tier 2 in your main area. Beyond that, this simple design, which is fairly rudimentary. All right. Obviously, honeycombing, upgrading, a lot of stuff should be done to this. The more developed design that I've come up with is going to look similar in a lot of ways. You'd have a completely different outcome in many different facets. Okay. So here I'm going to show you that. I'll try to explain it while I go along, because this one actually is it has some complexity to it. You start off with a low triangle, just like before. I'm just going to upgrade it now for sanity's sake. And now I'm going to put down 3 raised square triangles, as you can see. Now from here, I'm going to add not only a triangle for the TC just like there, but I'm going to add another triangle. Now we're just going to wall this entire area off. I think I said wall wrong. Fuck. Go back through and upgrade everything. Now I'm going to add the roof, except for this part. What I'm going to do here is do a half wall and then a triangle floor. I'm going to come back here, go through upgrade, and I'm making everything out of stone. Although I realize some of this should end up being metaled as soon as possible, or at least honeycombed with another layer of stone. I'm leaving that up to you guys, because me trying to teach honeycombing, no. So now we come back here, and I'm going to grab a TC, smack this bitch down, and I'm going to break this, and now I have a way up. Now this doesn't intrinsically have any good door placement, right? You don't want to put doors like this down here because it takes up a lot of space that you want to use for their shit. Kind of like how you saw in that base over there. By the way, in that base as well, garage doors can be utilized. You just have to pick up all the shit that you put down and then replace it after. Actually, I'll give you an example of it. We're going back. I don't give a shit how bad it looks on my screen. Look at this. Go and get a garage door. Can't place it. Oh no. World's over. Bam. Bam. That's gonna take you way longer. Alright. But hey, this is a scuff-ass iRisk PvP base tutorial video, and you're gonna like it, okay? Fuck! Alright, hold on. If I metal it. I did it. That's the point. All right. It may be a huge bitch, but I did it. Me. Go. Fly. All right. Back to what I was saying before. It may not look like there's a good place to do it besides garage doors, but obviously you're probably not going to have that early on. So what you're going to do is do a garage door frame, or in other words, a double door frame, a regular wooden door frame, or it won't be wood. It's twig now, but it won't be later. Place these walls that glitch out like crazy because face punch. Go through, upgrade everything. Go through, upgrade everything. Right. Get yourself some doors. And there we go. We've got some type of airlock. And it makes it so the base doesn't have to be crazy expensive in order to get your first door. Right. And later on, if you really want to, add another garage door here. Once you've replaced everything, or even an armored double door. You can break this out by once again breaking the back of it. Okay, now we come on to the entrance. Are we gonna place a ladder? No, we're higher class than that. We're fucking bougie. All right, put this stuff down. Give it some good old upgrade. It's the wrong spot. Give it some good old upgrades. Put a square down. Put some twig foundation steps that I didn't definitely just break because I fucked it up. Then come over here. Place these foundations, because once you place this, you won't be able to place them again. So you break it. Come back here. Expandify on all this. We're just making roofs, people. Add this double singular door frames, because that airlock is in a real airlock, unlike the one that I showed you guys previously. This one. You can push somebody through this or do some type of horse shit build through it. You get the point. Some people can push through this like without having to break the door. You see, they can even do stuff like that where they can sneak through as you're opening it. All right, so just be careful. And yeah, this kind of gives me the design I use now. Obviously, many parts of this base need to be upgraded, need to be honeycombed. You get the point. Like this is just the rough sketch of how I start my base, right? Is that little bit right there. And obviously this is the way to get up. And then, like I said, the main reason that you place these and upgrade them, hopefully, after you place down this, especially if you plan on upgrading this right away, so people don't fuck with you, is because as soon as you do, you can't place these. Okay? So if you're gonna upgrade this roof, make sure instead you get these down first, upgrade them to stone or whatever, then place it. You'll save yourself a lot of hassle later. Now, with all that in mind, I know that when you see these base designs, you're like, okay, well, that sounds great, you know, in theory, but I want to see what it looks like in action. What does this base look like when it's in a finished state? Okay. And for that, we're gonna go hop on a boat, and I'm gonna go take you guys to my base. I ran into some people all along my way home. That's a little spooky. Dang. Alright, well, gotta keep running back to base, you know? There she is. It's a little rough around the edges. There may be some failed wall placements here and there, and it may have decayed a little bit, but the core is what matters. So first off, we hit a bunker, lots of metal shop fronts. Then we move forward towards what is our core. As you can see, it's pretty much the same suit as what I showed you guys earlier. We just slowly work our way down to the main, which is this. So once you see it like this, I feel like more people are inclined to truly appreciate how strong and how expansive the box count is in such a small area. So when it comes to this design, one of the biggest things that I haven't mentioned yet is the amount of effectiveness you gain in your shotgun traps. As you saw, there are tons in this base, and the main reason is they're really effective if someone's going through doors, and if you're going to go through, you know, walls and such, you're going to end up hitting high qual and a sheet metal layer. So either way, they're kind of screwed. Right now, this base is partially covered by one layer of stone, then one full layer of metal, and then now the layer of high qual. Of course, it's also important to prevent people from blowing through the roof, to upgrade these to sheet metal, high qual, whatever you can afford. So without further ado, comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace out, and I fucking love you guys. Peace. And if I see this, all right, little tidbit at the end. I'm okay with people using my designs. Just don't use them everywhere. All right, I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to suck myself off too hard. All right, but the arrow tip design base that I showed you at the very beginning, I saw that maybe twice in my 9,000 hours. I built that in one video that wasn't even a build video and showed it. I saw that bitch everywhere. All right, I see it in YouTubers videos now, like where they're going deep and shit on those bases. You're making me look bad. All right, if you can't stop people from going deep on your base, don't build my base designs. Okay, you're making me look bad because I'm not the one who made it up. You're never gonna be the first person to make up a base design. But gosh damn it, did I popularize that shit apparently, because fuck, it's everywhere, boys. All right, with that in mind, we guys have a great night, a great day, and a great tomorrow. Peace.